Hey, here we go. Those of you guys who are watching this on recording, you have no idea all the fun that was just had trying to get this live to happen. Somebody doesn't want this live happening tonight, but we are resilient. We will not be beaten. We found a way to make this live happen. I am very excited to introduce for the third time. Oh man, my friend, one of my mentors, Frank Soucinek, he'll be on here in a minute. On his wife's phone, on Cindy's phone. Man, I'm excited to introduce you guys to him. He's just got such amazing wisdom. Such amazing wisdom. He's got amazing businesses. He won't tell you, so I'll tell you guys. Him and his wife, they've built over 20 multi-million-dollar companies. They've made dump trucks of money. They've helped create tons of millionaires. But something that just blows me away so much is just the family that they've built. Man, their kids are just powerhouses. Their marriage is amazing. They have great relationship with God. It's just such an honor to be building a friendship with them and to have them as mentors in my life, speaking in any area that I need. So, Frank, I see you on Cindy's. I'm going to bring you in. Guys, we're going to cover some amazing content tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Frank on Cindy's phone right now. Hey, Frank, I'm shooting the invite over now, brother. But I'm excited. You guys are in for a treat. Get notes ready. Be ready. Be expectant of something big tonight. This is going to be a great call. Might be a little bit shorter than anticipated, only because we were supposed to go live a half an hour ago, but had technical difficulties. So we're going to try and bring as much in as short a period of time as possible. Frank, I shot it over. Hopefully you got it. I sent it to Cindy's. But anyways, in the meantime, while we're waiting for the technical difficulties to pan out, let me know. Let me know if this is your first time watching this, or if you were on the first one and the second one. Let me know how many attempts you've gone through with us here. It will be worth it. I promise you that it will be. Hey, just got your request, Frank. I'm approving it right. Eric, that's funny. Yeah, there's been a few. Let's see. I should work. If it doesn't, we're gonna figure something out. Joe is on the second one. Looks like he's coming in. Beto is on all three of them. You guys are troopers. Hey, wait. Say something.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm
You got me?
here. I got you, but I don't. Where are you at? There you are.
I'm here. You got
Can
me?
you hear
can
me?
Hear me? I can hear you. Let's go. All right, we figured it out. I was telling them earlier. I don't know if you were hearing on the other calls. I was like, you guys are literally watching entrepreneurship, a microcosm of it. We're jumping off a cliff and building an airplane on the way down. We're figuring this thing out live in front of everybody. So I'm happy to have you, man.
Well, hey, listen. I tell you what, three's a charm. That's all I can tell you. 1, 2, 3. Three's my favorite number. I won't get into that, but it's took us 3 times. I've done hundreds of these. I've already done 2 today, actually 2 earlier today, and then the last one my phone had problems with, and now yours my phone had problems with, and so we tried on Cindy's. My phone's right here, and it still won't do nothing. I could crush it, but I can tell you this, guys, get ready. Invite whoever you want to get on tonight, because I don't know what's going to take place, but I don't have any idea. I do nothing scripted. I don't know what Captain Danny's got for me tonight, but wherever he's got, we're going to go deliver. It's going to be, they used to call Karl Malone the mailman in the NBA. Well, tonight it's going to be mail delivery time.
Let's go.
And so let's do it.
I love it. Well, man, Frank, I was telling everybody about you a little bit. You're one of the most humble leaders I know, probably the most successful person in every area of my life that I know. And so it's an honor to have you on here, man. I honor you. And I appreciate you and everything you've poured into me. You are such an amazing leader and amazing man. And I'm honored to have you as a mentor and building a great relationship with you as well as friends. So let's dive in.
I'm excited. I don't have a whole lot scripted. I just had a couple things that I just know are so heavy in your wheelhouse that I wanted you to touch on. And the first thing is, and I'm not going to put you in a box. I'm going to let you rip. But something that you said to me earlier when we were talking on the phone, you said to me that success leaves clues, and if you're going to experience success, you'd better know what the clues look like. And
Yeah.
it's for some reason you say nuggets to me sometimes, and you say it once, but it's like a tattoo on my mind. And I just want you to talk a little bit about, because you've had so much success. Talk a little bit about the principles that govern success, because you taught me success is principle driven. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, first of all, it's an honor to be on here. And I appreciate the kind words that you've said about Cindy and myself. I call her the redhead, about the redhead myself. So one is I'm humbled. And I can say this, we've only, I believe, have achieved the success that we've been able to achieve is because of the mentors that we've had in our life and because the hand and favor of God, period, in the discussion. I think that we have probably had the least to do with it. I believe our mentors and the hand of God had the most to do with it, because I'm still that kid, Danny. So, when I went, I remember now, and I've said it a dozen times now, when I went to school, I couldn't even pronounce my own name when I started school. So I believe that we are truly a product of the system, a product of understanding what real mentorship and leadership looks like. And so in principle driven, we're very principle driven. Principles supersede time. The Bible's a book of principles. Whether you're a heathen or Christian, they work. Because I was the heathen and didn't know it. And so, success does leave clues. But you know what? Like I said earlier, I mean, every treasure hunter's got to know what the treasure is. Otherwise, what are you digging around looking for? Same with success. If you don't know what the clues are, you don't even know what they are. So somebody's got to tell you the clues. Don't just say success leaves clues. Well, give me some idea what they are. Otherwise, it's the blind leading the blind.
Come on.
Well, I believe there's multiple. I mean, gosh, there's so many, but we just talked, one is I'm a firm believer. I talk mostly about mentorship and I always give honor to my mentor. Well, that's one of the clues. You better find out who your leaders and who your mentors, who's mentoring them. That's good. A man, here's what I found in success. Most leaders start out with good intention, but they become the island to themselves. They become an island to themselves. You never hear them talk about who's feeding them. And here's not only feeding them, but who are they spending time with?
Wow.
See, I can't have intimacy with the redhead if I don't spend time with her. I can't have intimacy with my kids if I don't spend time with them. I can't have intimacy with my mentors and the people I submit myself to unless I spend time to. Otherwise, just a bunch of hogwash. So there's people that me and my wife spend our time with that feed us. It build us. We're still in that process and we'll never get there. So that's why I always talk about my mentors. I always talk about the people that are in our inner circle. But there's very few that are in our inner circle. And I always give honor and credit to that. But, so one of the things you want to find out who's your mentors and who's your leaders. You want to find out, here's a clue. You want to find out who's mentoring them and who's their leader.
So good.
Why? If not, 100% of the time, they'll become a loose cannon. They'll become ego-driven, self-seeking, and the Bible very clearly says what happens. I'm talking to you about real leadership. I'm talking to you about real longevity. So, some other clues, is I tell people don't always listen to what somebody says, watch them. Follow them. What my mentor told me a long time ago, he says, what, Frank? He says, if I said, man, you're on the phone a lot. He's absolutely. He said, I'm on the phone with the people that want it. And the ones that don't want it, I ain't on the phone with. But if you notice, I'm always on the phone. He taught me, he said, what good's a leader, what good's a mentor if they're not available when you need them? Now, let me tell you, now I'm going to blow your mind up with networking. Okay?
Let's do it.
Is it more important? Is your phone call to me more important, or me sponsoring the next guy more important? I'll ask you that question.
I'd say my phone call to you.
You better believe it. I will always take your call over talking to a new person.
Because you already got me.
Because you know what? You're exactly right. And I've already got invested. You've already got something invested, and so do I. So guess what? I never let and I'm not saying this for everybody. You'll never hear me tell you or anybody else, oh, you know what? I've got this new person I'm going to talk to. You know what? I'll get back with you. I got this person. No. Watch this. I don't, my mentor, this is how my mentor taught me. And my mentors were two of the top 3 guys of all time. If I'm going to build something, I want to build what they build. One of the guys has still got the largest network on the globe. He's still got the largest network on the globe. And you know what? I'm not interested in changing networking. You know what I'm interested in? I'm interested in taking it back to what me and the redhead fell in love with over 3 decades ago. It's got a bad rap and a bad name. And you know what? The industry is the finest industry there is out there to develop wealth and create passive residual income. Nothing can touch it. Real estate can't touch it. Got some of that. Nothing can touch it. Businesses got some bunches of them. Nothing can touch it. What's given a bad rap, Danny, is people.
That's right.
Okay. So I want to get to the heart of it. So what my life is about, what the redhead's life is about, is developing people that have the right morals, the right integrity, the right character.
Come on.
Because see, that's another clue right there. If that's not the foundation, it's going to be cracky. And I don't care how big a building you build, bam, it's going to come down. I've seen it for decades and decades. Every time I've seen it. I've seen it every time. You can tell I'm getting fired up.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it every time, Danny. So that's another clue. If you want anything you build, you want longevity. Okay, here's another clue to success. Longevity, baby. Longevity.
Come on.
We've only been in a couple networks. Okay. Been in the industry 3 decades. I never tell people how much money we make, but we made dump truck loads. You know what? It's not hype. We have made a little bit of money, and you know what? And we've also had success in a lot of other companies outside of it. See, I'm looking for multi-dimensional success. Who's gonna help mentor me, coach me, and lead me? I'm looking for people that have multi-dimensional success.
Yes.
I'm not interested in listening to anybody that's one-dimensional. A matter of fact, forget I'm not interested. I don't listen to anybody that's one-dimensional. You know, if me and your conversation all the time is about how to go out and sponsor somebody, guess what? Check my motive. Okay, check my motive.
Wow.
See, these are clues, big dog. These are clues. Do I care about you, or do I care what you can produce? See, I care about you as an individual. Why do you think I say it? I'm the only guy that says it on stage. I've said it with my best friend, the owner of the company. Me personally, you know what? If I can have something to do with your success a little bit, whether it's with me or somewhere else, I'm cool with that. Why, if I really care about you, Danny, then how naive and shallow is it for me to only care about you to succeed because you're with me here?
Wow. That's it right there.
Very shallow. Very shallow. If I really care about people, I just want them to win. Period. In the discussion. Whether they do it in tic-tac-toe, whether they do it in horseshoes, whether they do it in plumbing, whether they do it in building, whether they do it in real estate, whether they do it with us in Vaseo, or they do it somewhere else. I personally don't care. That's why the principles that Cindy and myself teach, and what the system that we teach has been proven for decades after decades after decades after decades after decades. Guess what? It's built the largest networks in the world. Why do I want to think I'm smarter than the guys that built the largest networks in the world? You know what that is? That's asinine. That's ego. That's egotistical.
Nailed it.
I want to take it back to what me and my wife fell in love with over 3 decades ago. What I seen that night 33 plus years ago, I've not been able to shut off in over 3 decades. You got to see it. You got to see it. See, then you know what? You'll be a lifer like me. You know, I've been around people who made $10 million that hate it's no longer in the industry.
Crazy.
You know why? You know why?
You want me to say?
Yeah.
I believe the reason why is when you focus on the mechanics and you don't focus on the dream, you burn yourself out. That's what you taught me.
Woo, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Because you know why? They quit enjoying the journey. And see, success is never a destination. Winning is never it's the journey. You know what I get around successful people? They don't talk about what they got. They talk about all the damn struggles. You know what? They talk about this. You know, me and the redhead were talking the other day when we couldn't pay a $72 light bill. Now we travel the globe. You know, you know what I said? Let's take a couple of days off last week. I said, let's go spend some time together. Let's go spend some intimacy together. Let's go get our heads and our heart clear. Let's go pray together. And you know what? Let's go set our agenda for the rest of the year. So you know what? Where do you want to go? I said, I don't know. Let's jump on. So we jumped on the plane. We went to Jamaica. I mean, booked it. The next day we were on an airplane gone.
Come on.
You know what? We got ready to come home. We just changed our flights and came home. I want people to live and experience freedom. But you got to know what freedom looks like, Danny. You got to get a glimpse of it. My mentor gave me that. I tasted it because I was around him. You know, people want capacity, they want capacity, they want capacity. You can't teach capacity.
That's right.
Listen to this. You got to get it. You can't teach it, you got to get it. How do you get it? If you can get it, you got to get around people that have it. And you're either going to catch it or you're not. In the exclamation point.
And you got to feel the pain. You have to be willing to feel the pain, experience it, and come out of it, right?
You know, you know, and another one's going to blow everybody's mind. You know what? It makes me sick when people, I got in and they just went fast. No. Listen, see, I love your story. Why? Listen, 20 years ago, Diamond. I still made millions of dollars, but 20 years ago, Diamond. How many gonna stay around 20 years ago, Diamond? Me too. Hey, I'd do it again. I still made millions of dollars, but 20 years ago, Diamond. And I get people, if they ain't hit this rank and this rank in 3 months, they look like the dog with the head between their tail. Oh, 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 oh. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It must not be for me. There's got to be a better one over there. I mean, it's crazy.
It happens all the time. And I love that you're going in this direction because you didn't even know. We didn't talk about this, but I wanted to, before I say the next thing I want to say is, you know, it's amazing to me because you're not a flashy guy. Like, you've got all the things, like you got the toys, you got everything, but you don't talk about it. You just walk it out. And yeah, you were saying your mentors, because people might be wondering, because you mentioned mentors. Who are Frank's mentors? I'm not going to name names, but they've made hundreds of millions in this business. One of them is one of the biggest real estate owners in the East Coast, like big time mentorship are the guys these are big dogs that are mentoring Frank. And that's one of the things that attracted me to him. And the other thing, Frank, you, Rick, and just, I don't want to say certain names and stuff just out of respect and honor, but, you know, something that attracted me to all of you guys that I love about all of you guys is what you said. It was multi-dimensional. And you didn't teach me this, right? I came in, I was looking for it. I don't care if you make a lot of money. If you don't
Right.
have relationships, if you don't know God, if you don't have a family, if you don't have your health, none of that matters if you don't have it all. And you guys had it all. And so once we started talking, I fell in love with all that. And what you started to talk on, I just want you to touch on this, is the dream. Because I caught a dream when I talked to you. I caught a dream when I talked to Rick. I caught a dream when I saw Viseo. And it's something that pulled you out of retirement. You don't need to work another day in your life. You're not money driven. You got everything you need. You're dream and purpose driven. I want you to talk about that, because it's something that I was having some struggles, and we had a conversation, and you unlocked something in me, and it was on this topic. I just want you to talk about the dream a little bit.
Well, you know, people don't want to talk about it. They think it's hype. They think it's hokey. They think, I don't know, I guess they think it's stupid talk. I don't know what they think. Don't really matter to me. Why? I've never heard my mentor, and he was the largest guy in the world that passed away. I never heard him not talk about the dream. Matter of fact, I was sitting in his living room, just me, him, and his wife, and another lady, and he told me he's never in over 5 decades, never done a talk that he did not talk 90% of the time about the dream. And he said, because it's the only, and he was really a centric dude. He says, because it's what's going to move them. And he would talk like that. He said, it's what's going to move them. And he said, you don't want money. Money has no value. It's what you can exchange it for. So don't focus on the money. Focus on what you want to exchange it for. That's the dream.
Wow.
Call it whatever you want to call it. It's factual. It's the dream. It is the dream. You know, why do people, let's think about it. Why do people want to change quadrants of life? You know, we've been teaching our school for over a decade. Kiyosaki, the quadrants. You know, E, B, S, I quadrants. Why does anybody want to go from E to a B quadrant? It's not because, they just want to be their own boss. They want to be their own boss for multiple reasons. They want to be their own boss because it'll give them some more time, in their opinion, in their thoughts. They want to be their own boss because they believe they're going to make some more money. Is that right?
That's right. Yep.
They want to be their own boss so they can take a vacation, not when somebody tells them to. So in reality, they only want to go from the E to the B quadrant because of the dream. Otherwise, there's no purpose of changing quadrants. Why do you want to go from the S to the B quadrant, the big business quadrant? Because of bigger dreams, bigger choices. Why do you want to end up in the investor quadrant, where your money works for you and you don't work for it? Because of a bigger dream. What is success? What is the definition of success? This is what the dude taught me. Success is the progressive realization of worthwhile dreams. What does that mean? Are you ready? You never get there. It always goes. It always grows. It always goes. It always grows. So you're always chasing it. See, it's just like I chased Loretta. I laid eyes on her. I chased her until she married me. I'm chasing her 33 years later.
Come on.
Woo! Woo! You know what I'm talking about. I chased her. Guess what? You got to chase that dream, Danny. You got to chase the dream. I know people don't want to talk about it, but I don't care. I'm always going to talk about it, because otherwise, guess what? I don't care how much money you make. You're going to quit. You're going to end up hating it.
That's it, man.
And if the biggest guy, listen to me, he created the system. See, most people don't even understand what is the real system and what we do. People don't even really understand what's the real system. Well, every business owner knows this. You got to have a model. Every business has a model. What's ours? Watch how simple. Star maker in the discussion.
Yep.
Every income level set by that. All right, what do you do inside the model? You ready? A pattern. Every business has to have a pattern. What's the pattern? Use your own products. You know how many people are involved in our pattern, but they ain't even using their own products? Maybe 1 or 2 out of the 10 or 11 we have. Okay. Two is this. I don't teach anybody to go sell a product. Why? I've never sold one in over 3 decades. I've never sold one product in my life.
Same.
I'm not interested in doing that. Why? That's not how I build that's how I build passive residual income. So if I'm not doing it, I'm not going to teach you to do it. I'm not going to talk to you about it. Then I'm a fraud and a phony. But you know what I do? I keep my ears open, and if I hear a need, I merchandise it. I share it with them. So that's step 2, simple. Step 3 is I just teach people to do 1 and 2. Now, see, Danny, the largest guy, I'd like to tell you I come up with that. I just put it in my own words. I've even simplified it. Watch this. The guy's built the largest network in the world. It still has the largest business day in the world. Guess what? He's never taught nothing but that. Why would I want to think I'm smarter than the guy? His business is bigger than any other company in the whole industry. His personal business is.
Crazy.
So why would I want to think I'm smarter?
Ego.
All right, now watch this. Then we have a system. The system's the glue. Why? The system is not what we do. The system is what builds us as individuals to build the business. People have no clue. What me and you doing right now, watch this. Here's the system. What my mentor taught me. What books are you reading? The books you read. Read. People ask us all the time. And so we just started doing it publicly. What books are you and Cindy reading? What books are you reading? Of course, the Bible, the devotional, all that. But you know what? I'm going to do and tell you what my mentor told me decades ago. Come on. Don't just go out and read a book. You want to be the best at what you're doing? Then read the books I tell you. Because I'm going to tell you books that are going to teach you how to build a passive residual income, a cash flowing asset. It's going to help you, build you to do that. He says, "Oh, if I don't tell you, don't read it." You know what? I listen to the guy. Become very wealthy listening to the guy. So you know what? The books that me and my wife are promoting, 90% of them are anywhere from 3 to 4 decades proven books in the industry, have created success after success after success, have built leader after 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 leader. Okay, so I just, the book that I just finished, The Enemy Called Average. You know why? What is the biggest thing that we face?
Ourselves.
Average.
Yeah.
Average. Complacency's average. I'm doing good. That mindset's average. It's 52 nuggets. John Mason, a good friend of mine for almost 3 decades. Go get the book, Enemy Called Average. Anybody go get the book. It's 52 nuggets. You can read it in 2 or 3 days. I just did while I was on vacation again. And if you get nothing out of it, call me. I'll refund your money back. So you got nothing to lose. Anything I ever promote, I always refund your money back. Okay? Week after next, I'm going to promote another book that me and my wife are going to read again. We've read these books before. We're going to read them again. And so that's what we're doing.
I love it.
And so read the right books. Who you're listening to and what you're listening to. Well, I love Grant Cardone. If you want to go make money in real estate, go listen to him. If you want, he can't teach you how to build a network.
Nope.
Hate to say it. The truth of the matter. So who are you listening to? My mentor told me, listen to people that have the success that you want in life. Listen to people that's doing what you want to do in life. Okay, pretty simple. So you know what I tell people? We just started it. Guess what? We have Dallas Boot Camp. Everybody should go get it. You can go to Overcome Nations, franksoucinek.com and get it. Listen to it, listen to it, listen to it, listen to it, listen to it. Next, you got Mastermind Orlando. Go get it. franksoucinek.com. Leadership. Bam, 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 bam. Then you have Leadership in Chicago. Bam, 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 bam. We need to program. You know what me and my wife, we did? We listen to the average of 5 to 7. We listen to the average of 5 to 7 cassette tapes a day. Do you know, Danny, I have cassette tapes I've listened to, I've been listening to for 33 years.
Wow, they just work. Time testing.
Are you ready? I can't tell you one teaching tape I've listened to in 33 years. But I can tell you all the story tapes I've listened to. You know what the largest guy built the largest network? You know what he said? For every one teaching tape I sold probably 100 or 200 story tapes for every one teaching tape I sold. You want me to tell you why?
Yeah.
Because I can see that look in your eyes. You must be an idiot. No, I'm not an idiot. I listen to the best. Are you ready? Here's the reasons why. Do you, all right? There's one thing that trumps everything. Experience. Experience trumps everything. It trumps education. It trumps everything. You can become such an you can become so educated you just become an educated idiot.
That's it.
You know what people relate to? They don't watch this. People can't relate to this. They relate to this. You can't have a relationship with this. Have a relationship with this.
So good. Jeez.
I can't have a relationship with my wife here or with my kids here. That's so, what do you call it? So, I forget the word I'm trying to say, so I'm probably trying to use too big of a word.
Shallow?
I don't know what those straight. Yeah, I wasn't trying to use that word, but we'll take shallow.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? You can't. It's here. Experience trumps everything. Another clue. Watch this. Education doesn't move anybody. If that's the case, everybody that has an education will be the smartest people and the biggest income earners in this industry. You know, I tell people all the time, give me the $15 an hour ditch digger over the guy that makes $200,000 a year. Me and the ditch digger will beat him every time.
That was me. I was a grocery store worker, man. I worked at a bag of
groceries.
My
wife worked at Winn-Dixie. She worked at a grocery store too. Hey, the largest guy in the world was a beer truck driver. 8th grade dropout. My mentor, he said, y'all go have all the doctors and all the big shots. Give me the little shots that want more, and we'll win every time. You know, the last company I was with, the biggest income earners, I can tell you who they were. They were all nobodies just like me. Wow. They were electricians, landscapers. True story. I'm talking about guys that made millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. Barefoot water skier, airline, a stewardess on an airline. You know, they made about 50 million. Barefoot water skier, stewardess for Delta Airlines. Other buddy was a framer. Another buddy shoot horses. Another fellow was the real estate guy. And I can go on and 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 go on. See, all I'm looking for is somebody that's hungry, Danny. If you're hungry at $1 million a year, let's go. If you're hungry at $15 an hour, let's go. It don't make a lick of difference to me. I'm not looking for the shiny. I'm looking for the ones that are hungry. Because you can have here's another thing. You can have all the potential in the world. All the lines and eyes and everything can line up. But if you ain't got no commitment, you got nothing.
Boom.
Potential without commitment equals nothing, period, 100% of the time. I love it. I used to go to my mentor and I'd be with him so many times. Man, I got this guy. I got this gal. Man, they could really do this, and that, and the other. Blah, 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 blah. I remember they'd come to my mentor. When I first started hanging out with him, he'd say, really? And he'd do this. Really? You think that impresses me? Let me see what they do. Then let's have a conversation about them. And they'd walk off, deflated, this, that, and the other. But he wasn't a hype guy.
It's what I've always loved about you and Rick. You guys weren't the hype guy. You'll tell it straight. You'll tell somebody not to do this. You'll tell somebody this isn't for you. Don't do this. You're going to waste your time. You're going to waste your money. And what's amazing to me is that who you get around is ultimately who you become. And I had this conversation with Rick, and you have another call here shortly, right? I don't want to keep you too long. I know we started late, but so I'll say this and we can rock and roll. I was talking to Rick, and he said to me, he said, Danny, I understand how hard it's been for you. He was like, it's been the same thing. It was the same thing for me. And he said it was the same thing for Frank. He said, you can take your feet off the fire whenever you want. It's your choice. He said, with the skills that you've learned here, you could go and you could be successful anywhere you want to go. He's like, you can take your feet off the fire whenever you want. And he said, but I know you, and I know you won't do that because you want everything that God has for you. And you're not going to take your feet off the fire until you're fully cooked. And he said, so because of that, you're screwed. And he started laughing at me. But then he said this to me, and this was big. He said to me that, he said, Danny, do you realize that I'm 52, 53? He's like, you realize that I'm 50 something years old? You're half my age and your friends are my friends. He's like, do you understand what I would have done if I had the same friends I have now at your age? And the reason I say that is because, and this is for anybody who watches this, is if you can just get around people who are winning and stick around long enough, you'll learn the principles that govern success every single time. I remember you told me that the first time we talked 2 years ago, and I'm still here. And I know that I've seen it work. I'm not trying to build a business that looks like this. I want to build a business that's going to stand the test of time. And I know that you're the right guy to teach it. You've created helped create so many millionaires. It's crazy, man. But I honor you. I love working with you. You're so much fun. You're so wise. You and your wife are so amazing. You guys lead by example. You have such an amazing marriage. You're such great parents, and you always put God first and your people first. And I love that about you guys. And so I honor you, and I appreciate you for hopping on here. I'm looking forward. I'll see you in Utah, and I will also be in Dallas in November. So,
Hey, Dallas is Utah's going to be great. Dallas is going to be incredible. You know what, Danny? Here's what I'll tell you. It's an honor, for you to invite me to come on and do this tonight. And yes, we did have difficulties, but you know what? We stayed through. It took us 3 times. And I will say this, I tell people I've never chased a pin. I've never chased a level. I don't talk about pins. I don't talk about levels because it has nothing to do with success to me. It has nothing to do with leadership to me. I'd rather say that. It has nothing, in all my decades, I've never went and looked for another networker in my life. You know why? I don't look for I just will look for whoever I come across every day in my life. And so, you know what? I want to tell you this. I'm proud of you. I've seen where you started 2 years ago, and I see the young man that you are today. You're not the same man. Anybody that's been around you knows that. There's been incredible growth. And as you stay on this journey, listen carefully. As you stay on this growth journey, this personal growth journey, which is ultimate, the key to success. The personal growth journey is ultimately the key to success. Because if you ever outgrow your personal growth, it's coming down. And as you continue on this growth journey, this personal growth journey, what you're going to see is this. You're going to see expansion. You're going to see expansion in your life. You're going to see expansion in your life. Don't be too anxious for it. Don't rush it. It will just take place. I've never not seen a person stay involved in the system, the read, listen, participate. It stayed involved in the system. I've never not seen them end up winning. They're going to win. See, and there's multiple ways to win in life. Your pin level does not dictate if you win. I'm talking about winning. What we teach you and what we teach through our business school and my website and what we teach through the system is for people how to win in life. And if you win in life, you're going to win in business. Yeah. So listen, I'm proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you. It's an honor to do life with you. And thank you for, you know what? Thank you for allowing us to have the ability to be part of your journey. Thank you.
It's all love, man. Can't wait to see you in Utah. Thank you so much for your words. I'm excited to see you have some fun, and God bless, man. Travel safely. Thanks again for coming on,
God
Frank.
bless.
See you
All
guys.
right, buddy. All right. God bless. Bye-bye.